of sex sessions at a children's home in Dyfed. And two brothers reunited after 44 years apart.
Good evening. Nearly 70 people were taken to hospital in Carmarthen this afternoon after a gas leak at the Tesco store in the town centre. There were no serious injuries, but there were remarkable scenes at the casualty department of the hospital as attention was given to dozens of people suffering from nausea and dizziness as a result of breathing ammonia fumes. Among those taken to hospital were 8 policemen. A South Wales man had a remarkable reunion today with the brother he last saw 44 years ago. Val Muller was a German prisoner of war who married a Welsh girl and settled at Abergavenny. His brother Friedrich stayed in East Germany and has only now been allowed to leave the country. Gail Foley reports.
The story begins at Victoria Railway Station in central London. 7 o'clock this morning, and for the Muller family, the long wait is almost over. 64-year-old Val has 2 tiny photographs of Friedrich and his wife Trudy. They're there to help him recognise the brother he last saw in 1942.
I bet he'd be right on the back. Yes, I see him. Hello, Trudy. All right. Have you a good fat guard? Ja. Ja? Schöne fat guard.
Val and Friedrich Muller were both German soldiers. Val was captured by the British and by a strange quirk of war eventually ended up working on a Welsh farm where he met Maisie. They were married in 1948 and have 3 children. They've never attempted to visit East Germany, and Friedrich was told he would not be allowed to leave until he retired at 65.
I'm glad to see him. Then, you know how it is, 44 years is a long, long time. And I never thought we'd see each other again.
Friedrich could only bring a tiny amount of cash out, less than £5. So first stop was for a full British breakfast, with the East Germans taken aback by the amount of food on offer. Then it was home to South Wales by taxi, to Val's adopted town of Abergavenny. There, more members of the Muller family awaited another reunion.
Here you are then. Give Trudy a kiss then. Can you give her a kiss?
Friedrich and Trudy planned to stay here for at least a month, taking in the country with which they were once at war, but which Val now calls his own.
Do you regret the circumstances that forced you apart for so long? You know, the war and the separation?
Well, at one side I regret that we had the war. I regret that I wasn't there together for a long, long time. But like I say, we managed to come together today, and that's the main thing.
This afternoon the celebrations continued, with Val and Maisie's children producing a bottle of cognac laid down in 1948, the year their parents married. The first, one might suspect, of many such toasts before the brothers are separated once more.
We toast them too, the brothers Muller reunited.
So much to talk about. So that's to put on.
Children's home to be investigated by Dyfed County Council. Plans for open-cast mining at Neath are greeted by angry local demonstrators. A Welsh campaign to...
After a gap of 44 years, Val Muller, who was in the German army, last saw his brother Friedrich in 1945 before he was captured and taken to a prisoner of war camp near Abergavenny. Friedrich remained at home in what was to become East Germany, so he was never allowed out to visit his brother. But now the East Germans have given Friedrich permission to visit Wales for 2 months and be reunited with his brother.
Walter and Friedrich Muller thought they'd never see each other again after their family was split by the war and the division of Germany. But 44 years later, the two were reunited today, and Val, as he's now known, brought his brother back to Abergavenny, the town he's made his home since the war. Friedrich has been given only 2 months' stay in Britain, but he's determined to make the most of it. Friedrich's wife and Val's wife were meeting today for the first time. So what was it like for Val to meet his brother?
Well, I was down on the station, and I couldn't wait for the time to come. I was looking at the clock, 5 to 7, 7 o'clock. I saw the train moving in. There, I was standing on a gate, and on more or less on a barrier, to come higher up, to find him, you know, or to see him. It wasn't me, it was my son. He said, there they are. Well, I couldn't wait till it come to the barrier and where you hand the tickets in. I ran straight through and straight in his arm.
So what does Friedrich, who speaks no English, think about his brother's adopted home in Wales?
Also wir haben Gemeinschaftsantenne und die ist stark ausgerichtet.
What he said now is, he liked Wales because they liked the Prince of Wales and especially Diane.
This is an occasion of great joy, of course, but surely it's tinged with sadness as well, because you've only got 2 months together.
I myself, I think, I met up with my brother now. I got 2 months together with him, and it could be, he have to go back, I know that, but it could be that he is coming back again. I mean, you never know, you never can tell.
Friedrich is optimistic about returning.
Like he said, the same as me, you know, it was a big joy to come over here, and it was more than a joy after he had his papers to come over here. Only one sorry he feel for, that he have to pay his, that I have to pay his return fare.
Val will have to pay because the East German authorities gave Friedrich only a one.
Happy get-together there. Well, now on